CG Market Watch, cryptocurrency news that you can use. Now, 6,800 did not break and we did not experience that bullishness that all the traders were anticipating. I think now that the market has pulled back a good 20 billion, right, and pulled back to the range of about 6,400, where is the price going to be headed to this week? Now, CG Market Watch, of course, came to a few conclusions on what happened. So, Mike, perhaps you can give us a little bit of a quick insight on why the whole market cap pulled back.
So there's a couple of major news. So the first one is the Bancor hack of 23.5 million. So $12.5 million worth of Ether were taken, $1 million worth of PundiX, and $10 million worth of BNT. So luckily
well, there was an attempt
to take the BNT.
Take the 10 million, but they were able to freeze it, right?
I wonder what that means.
And also for the fact that they did raise 153 million during their ICO, I'm surprised that they didn't hire a department to focus on security to allow this to actually happen. Pretty much, yeah, I mean, like, we were always assuming that a DEX or decentralized exchange, being that most transactions are processed on a smart contract, would be safe and secure because you don't have to reveal your you don't have to reveal your private keys. But it happened. So are we actually safe? I think the overall trader and investor confidence is definitely low. You know, you're wondering to yourself, wow, centralized exchanges being hacked, that was the norm. Now we're having DEXs being hacked as well. Man.
So understandably, it caused some fear.
Definitely.
So this could be one of the reasons why Bitcoin prices trended downwards. People are afraid. They don't know where to keep their money anymore. Centralized exchanges are dangerous. DEXs are dangerous. So where can I keep it besides a cold wallet? Right? So other than that news, also Mu users suffered an attack. So Mu itself was not compromised. Mu made that very clear in their statement. But a private VPN, free service known as Hola, was compromised. So
Hola.
Yes, Hola. Sorry, my bad. But any users who used Hola to access Mu for a certain period of time, they will want to move their cryptocurrency tokens out of a wallet into a new one as soon as possible, if they are still able to. So today we still don't know how many people were affected or how much money was taken. But for those of you who are using Hola, you know, this news is definitely for you. Quickly grab your cash, move it out of your account and into somewhere else.
And with regards to the end of the week prices, looking for closure above 6,005 to 6,006 would bring us back to the bullish range again. But however, if we close below 6,200, it would mean that the bears are back. So in the next piece of news, we'll be looking at moving to Malta. I think there are a lot of cryptocurrency projects, or at least blockchain related projects, that are starting to move to Malta. Being that Malta is kind of a tax haven in that sense, they are very pro blockchain, and I think the Prime Minister Joseph Muscat has already highlighted that they're going to be moving forward with this the new technology in blockchain. So of course, we do know that Binance is now having their base there. CZ has mentioned that he probably wants to even get properties there. I think apart from that, right, a lot of people probably don't know exactly where Malta is. So, Mike, perhaps you could, would you move to Malta? I mean, being that, you know, it's like people are even still unsure where Singapore is. I think, and now we have Malta.
Okay, so Malta is under the EU. That gives it some credibility. It's in the Mediterranean, near Italy. And they have very favorable tax laws for people. So foreigners who go in there experience a whole bunch of benefits, such as, you know, they don't have wealth tax, they don't have inheritance tax. So none of this is anything new for tax havens. So there are other tax havens in the world. Why is Malta so attractive to cryptocurrency investors? It's likely because of the government stance and their legislation. So legislation-wise, they just crafted a few bills that have been passed into laws to regulate ICOs. Binance is looking positive on saying that they're going to have relationships with the banks there, so you can do OTC within the Binance exchange. And this is huge because people are not relying on Tether. So when I want to hedge out my cryptocurrency, I'll move it over to USDT. But if I could move it to USD within Binance, I would definitely do that because to me, it feels safer. It's still my own cash, right? So with all of these regulations coming into place, and the government, the Prime Minister openly saying that he wants Malta to be the forefront of blockchain. So people feel safe. People feel that this place is looking out for us. They're making legislations. And other countries around the world, if they want to be blockchain friendly, hey, there's already a country that's doing it. You can start following the regulations. So this becomes a new international standard. When you say you're pro-blockchain as a nation, what does this mean? These are the regulations that you will consider.
I think from a geographical perspective, it's also a little bit friendlier for the people in Europe and of course even potentially in the US as well. I mean, there are a lot of cryptocurrency companies that are set up in Singapore, Switzerland, in Zug probably, and I think Taiwan and Taipei are starting to open up as well. So we'll definitely be able to give you more insights as these developments progress. Now, and finally, we would like to cover Ledger worth $1 billion. Now, this is something that is probably not new to us, as Ledger has already been building up products and they have already been profitable. They are total raking in a profit of $2.9 billion. Right? $2.9 million, right? $2.9 million, right? In 2017 alone, through their availability of their hardware wallets. So blockchain is secure, but signing on the blockchain is a flaw, right? Ledger fills that gap with its product. So as we all know that at the moment now, we want to have a nice, safe place that we can store our wallets, our cryptocurrencies. So having a Ledger wallet is one of those options, and I think Ledger has done a really exceptional job. But however, there are of course hacks that have occurred on Ledger. There was a little bit of a compromise, but I think they've rectified it ever since. But in early 2018, Ledger raises $75 million led by Tim Draper himself. So the whole world, at least people are starting to notice Ledger, okay? And I think we want to be able to zoom in, especially as a cryptocurrency investor or as a trader. You know, if your exchanges are always compromised or being hacked, you want to be able to safely store your cryptocurrencies, and Ledger is one of those ways that, or at least one of the solutions that we can have to store our cryptocurrencies.
And they are quite forward thinking, because as an individual, if I was tech savvy, I could keep my private keys on a thumb drive. Why would I use a Ledger, right? So they made it easy for people to use. They emphasized on the security, the safety, how you retrieve your own private keys if they're ever lost or your ledger is destroyed. So mainstream investors started being able to come in. But then they looked forward and they said, okay, what about institutions? What about enterprises? I can't have one ledger keyed to one person, because that's just not how a company works. So now they have multi-user ledgers, so ledger vaults, they're coming out. And all these allow large companies to start looking at putting their main finances into cryptocurrency. So I don't have to rely on like a secretary to just hold one larger Nano S, and if she loses it, that's all my money gone. So now I'm making sure that big boys can start coming into the market, big boys can start putting their money into this new space. Okay? And they have gained a lot of mainstream recognition. I mean, even the latest show, Billions, they showed of giving a person a ledger saying, oh, $1 million straight into cryptocurrency. Yeah, a bit of an exaggeration, but people start to notice that this is actually a new way for me to safely interact with the blockchain.
And we really sincerely hope that more and more companies are able to create secure solutions for the space. That's all the time that we have for CG Market Watch. Don't forget to like, comment and share if you have news that you would like us to cover. Also, if you have not subscribed and would like to watch our latest episodes, click on the notification bell and we'll see you in the next episode.